This is RTP. This is RTP180.
Thank you. Hi, guys. So my name is Abena Antwi. I've been with Burt for almost 12 years, and prior to that, I was with L'Oreal. Majored in chemistry, did my master's in cosmetic chemistry. Grew up in Ghana, used natural ingredients, but didn't really understand the chemistry of what natural ingredients does for your skin. So being with Burt, I guess I'll go through like what I wanted to talk to you guys mostly about, because I can spend the whole day talking about my passion for Burt's Bees. And if you guys have a lip balm, you can pull it out and show your lip balm to everybody. It's a great company to work for. We got purchased by Clorox, I'll say 12 years ago. They have left us alone, so there's no bleaching anywhere. In our formulation, we have gotten a lot of resources from them in terms of process and channel, how we distribute our products. But I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how, what natural ingredients are and how we formulate naturals. There's a lot of buzz, about natural and green chemistry and what is out there, and everybody's talking about natural. Everybody's natural now in the market, but Burt's been natural for 35 years since the company was founded by Burt and Roxanne, and it been the number one, I'll say, front strategy for the company. How do we find natural ingredients? And it's not just the natural ingredients, but also packaging. Like, how do we find packaging that is sustainable for the environment, and then even sourcing of our ingredients. So we just don't get shea butter and just put a big sign, we use shea butter. Where we sourcing the shea butter from? We have a big team of, like, I'll say 5 people within our company that go around the world and actually interact with our suppliers that are giving us our raw materials. So where we sourcing the ingredients from, making sure there's no child labor, and I'll say the farmers are being compensated well. So looking at Burt's Beads, it's not just raw material, or at the end of the day, you see one lip balm. There's a lot of thought that goes into sustainability and how natural our products are. So I'll just talk to you guys a little bit about the chemistry, like what is cosmetic chemistry. So I did not know. I majored in chemistry, and I did not know. I wanted to be a pharmacist, and then I got an internship with L'Oreal, and I was like, oh, wow, I can make my own lipstick, forget the drugs. I'll be wearing lipsticks. And I fall in love with the cosmetic formulation and the chemistry behind it and the creativity about it. And I always talk about it, it's more of a kitchen chemistry. So when I go to work and I'm on the bench formulating, when I go home, I tell my kids we're eating McDonald's because I cook the whole day at work. I'm not cooking anymore. But it's a kitchen chemistry. If you get to visit our lab, which is right downtown Durham, it's an open concept. So it's like going to I would say a restaurant and open lab. So it's open because we use all the natural ingredients. There's no hoods. Of course, we have to wear the, I would say, the lab coats and the safety glasses just for the safety of the product. But we have marketing and sales sitting right next to the lab. So everything we use is very safe. So I'll just go over what is cosmetic chemistry, if you don't know what it is. Just like this picture, so I keep going back and forth. So I'll just pass this. So what is cosmetic chemistry, or what cosmetic science? So cosmetic science composed of a lot of disciplinary. So we have the research part of it, which is the chemist that is actually producing products. We have raw material suppliers that supply us with raw materials. So that's part of cosmetic chemistry. And then the scientist that's doing the finished products, that'll be me and my team. So when you say cosmetics, what is cosmetics? So there's a cosmetics and then there's OTC. So when you think about cosmetic product, like a lip balm, a foundation, a blush, a shampoo, lotion, everything is considered cosmetics, right? So cosmetic is something that you either rub in, spray in, or sprinkle on yourself. When it moved to the OTC part, that would be more when you're making drug claims. So you have your OTC products will be like acne, sunscreen, is considered personal care but with active ingredient that's regulated by the FDA. So that need to go through a little bit more in terms of testing versus just regular cosmetic product. So example of a cosmetic, like I said, would be a shampoo, a cream, your lotions, your toothpaste, you can consider to be a cosmetic product, your makeup, lipstick, baby product, if it doesn't have OTC. So a diaper ointment usually have like zinc oxide in it, and that would be considered an OTC, so it's more of a drug. So we'll have the drug fact on it. A deodorant is considered cosmetics. If it's antiperspirant, it have an active ingredient, so that is considered OTC product. So like I said, so that's some of the categories in cosmetics. So there's a finished good product that's like Burt's Bees or the L'Oreal's. You have raw material suppliers that supply the ingredients to us. There's a consultant that's testing. So if you want to make like anti-wrinkle claims, hydration, all the claims have to be, it goes into that like the testing laboratories. Then there's the academia. So there's a actual university or master's program that teaches cosmetic chemistry. And then there's the government, so there's the FDA that really regulate what we say. You can't just have a lot of claims that are not true. So there's a regulations for cosmetics. I just got started. They have time, I'll be here for a while. So this is our current product development, I would say stages. So you have an idea, we get an idea from trends, from the food industry, for the fashion industry, on products. And then as a product developer, I meet with our marketing group to show us like, okay, this is what we're looking at, this is trending, can we have this natural? It is hard to find a natural alternatives for a lot of these because we get a benchmark that are synthetic. So we have silicones in the formula or polyacrylates for textures. So as a natural chemist, how do I translate that into a natural ingredient, find a natural alternatives for those products? We do testing, so this is when the chemistry comes in. So once you have a product that you love, you have to test to make sure the color is okay, the smell of the product, the pH, the viscosity of the product. We test for different temperatures to make sure when you're shipping from, you have a lotion in Durham, when you ship it to Japan, it's still a lotion or the ice cream texture. So the consistency of the product have to be consistent throughout the life of the product. We do micro testing, especially for creams that are open jars, to make sure that the product is not being contaminated over time. As you're digging in, you're not putting like bacteria in it, so you have to preserve it. We do safety tests to make sure the product is not irritating skin. So there's HRIPT that we did. And then, of course, claims. So if you have to make any claims testing, you have to make sure you substantiate those claims. And then the different forms. So you have your lotions, you have your surfactants will be lotions, you have your stick form, and then solid could be a powder foundation. So some of the challenges that we go through as a natural formulators is the textures, right? So when you have synthetic product, a lot of the chemistry, I would say the chemistry raw materials are designed to give you the feel and the texture that you're looking for. So as a natural formulator, I have to find alternatives that is going to give you the same alternative, like the same feel, and that become a challenge. So there's a lot more experimental work that needs to be done in the lab versus if you are working with a synthetic ingredient. Preservatives, so there's a lot of synthetic preservatives in the formulations out there. So how do you really find a natural preservative that's going to be a broad spectrum kill for all your products? The cost of natural ingredients are, of course, higher than synthetic that are designed. Colorant, when it comes to, so we just launched our color cosmetic line. How do you find a colorant that is bold? Consumers are looking for bold, nice, trendy colors. So how do you formulate naturals to actually meet that consumer needs? The sourcing of the ingredients, so you get different, if we get ingredient from, let's say beeswax from Africa is going to be different from beeswax from Malaysia. Different temperatures affect the smell, the specification of the beeswax. So how do you get like that lot-to-lot variation that the consumers are used to? So your cream will not look yellow one day and then white another time. So that is one of the challenges. And then the efficacy. So when you look at some of the synthetic formulations out there, some of the molecules, I would say the active ingredients that are doing the anti-wrinkles are all like, I would say, made chemically to perform that way. So when you're doing natural formulations, how do you find like hemp seed oil that have antioxidant level that is going to perform the same as the synthetic compounds out there? So that's one of the challenges that we have. And then, of course, zinc, when it comes to sunscreens, the only approved SPF active that we have will be titanium oxide or zinc oxide. When it comes to the synthetic world, there's a lot of actives out there, but the zinc and titanium are particle size, they are white. So when you put a natural sunscreen on, it's very whitening on your skin, and it's not really delight for consumers. So how do you formulate to get formulas that are not going to be that white? Like I wear sunscreen, I look like a ghost. So how do you really get something that's very, like I can wear, and we have formulas out there. So that's some of the challenges that we have. We have packaging challenges, like when we launch our color cosmetics, how do we have, and it's in line with all the synthetic products out there. So how do you find a packaging that is going to be delightful and nice right next to the synthetic product? So I have a lot to go through, but I've been told. But if you guys have any questions, please stop by and ask some questions.